We just finished our series on league arsenals, depending on the brand of bowling you're into. But there's one main thing that I've been asked a lot, and that is what if you're a different kind of bowl? If you're rev dominant, if you're speed dominant, or if you're balanced? How do you change this to impact your game? So, first video we're going to do is covering a rev dominant bowler and how that changes our bowling ball arsenal scale. Remember, if you like the videos, make sure to subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and then you get notified every time that we have a new video coming out. You can be one of the first to see it. Earlier, we made a video determining if you're rev dominant or speed dominant. I'll have a link of that up above or down in the description. But now that you've determined it and you're a rev dominant bowler, what does that mean for our league arsenal scale? So first thing's going to be first, you do not need the strong category most of the time. We are going to focus on league bowling. First of all, tournament bowling is going to be a little bit different. For league bowling, you do not need those highest hooking bowling balls on the market. You don't need the Extreme Envy. You don't need something like a Max Bias. You need some smaller asymmetrical bowling balls or stronger symmetrical bowling balls to be the top ball in your bag. Some very good options of this are going to be things like the Rotogrip XL. This ball is a mild asymmetrical ball. It is not as strong as something like a Harsh Reality. That'll be a perfect strong and smooth ball. Some other options can be the Storm Summit. You can have the Hazmat Solid. You can have anything in the Pride series that can all fit in the strong category. Jumping over to strong and sharp, you probably do not need those strong asymmetrical pearls like a Harsh Reality pearl, like a Hammer Effect. You're going to want something a little more mild and asymmetrical. So something like that is going to be the Brunswick Beyond Infinity. This is going to be a weaker asymmetrical bowling ball. It's going to be plenty of ball for a lot of rev dominant bowlers. Next, we're going over to the medium and smooth category, and the range of these balls does lower a little bit compared to our average scales. Now, our usual scale, things in this category should be closer to your strong ball, and then the weaker should jump up to your medium. But one really good ball that you can look towards and balls similar to it are going to be the Storm Ion Pro. Now, this is going to be generally on a balance bowler on the weaker side of our medium and smooth scale. But if you're rev dominant, we can bump that up and it can be in the middle / on the upper end of our medium and smooth category. It is a very mild asymmetrical ball. It is a beefed up IQ tour, and it's going to be something that's going to roll really good for a lot of rev dominant bowlers. Next, for the medium and sharp category, we're going to want something that's usually on the weaker end of either the weak category or the lower end of the medium category. And I think we're going to go the Supra GT. The Motiv Supra GT has a very high RG, a medium-ish differential, but this should be about middle of the bag pearl ball for a lot of rev dominant bowlers. Now, the Hyper Venom could also work, or things similar to the Hyper Venom, but that might be a little strong for the medium category. So it's going to really determine on how rev dominant you truly are. If you really cannot keep a ball on the right side of the head pin, if you're a righty, then I would not recommend a Hyper Venom and go with something like a Supra GT. Now going to the weaker options. Now the weak bowling balls are going to be probably your most important balls on a league pattern as a rev dominant bowler, and these are going to have to be weak. I am not going to be recommending something like the Arctic Vibe. That is a pretty strong weak ball, as confusing as that sentence is. It is very strong, but on the weaker side. So you're going to want something super, super weak. You're going to be looking towards things like the Raw series, a solid Raw, or the Hustle X-Ray. You're going to look at something like the Tropical Surge Solid. You're going to look for those really, really weak bowling balls to fit in this weak and smooth option, because let's face it, you can get a ball to hook very, very easily. So this is going to be no problem to hook for you. And similarly, for the weak and sharp category, we're going to go with the same exact things as the weak and smooth. We're going to have some of the Pearl Hammer Raw series, or we're going to go something like a Hustle BRY or a Hustle M&M, something that is going to be on that super weak end, but shinier, because you're going to be able to get this ball to hook. You're going to need something when the lanes are fried, and this is going to be probably the best option for you. Now, this was all of the brands put into one for a rev dominant bowler. The big things to remember if you are rev dominant is that you want to have much weaker bowling balls than the average person. So with your speed dominant friends, they're going to need a lot of asymmetrical balls. You probably only need 1 to 2 asymmetrical balls, and they can be mild asymmetrical bowling balls. You don't need those big hooking ones. Those are just going to be way too much for you. You're going to get those balls to burn up way too early and either leave a lot of corner pins, or it's just going to hook way too much and you're going to go to the other side of the head pin and never be able to keep it in the pocket unless you go to a tournament. Now, again, this is for league bowlers. If you're a tournament bowler, you do need more options because you bowl on larger ranges of oil, of length of oil, of difficulty in general, anything like that. But for a league bowler, this is going to be your best bet if you're rev dominant. So all of you two-handers out there, all of you no-thumb bowlers, a lot of you senior players who have very low ball speed, these are going to be what you want to lean towards instead of those super high hooking bowling balls. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll have another video coming out soon for speed dominant bowlers, so don't worry, I'm not forgetting you guys. Otherwise, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this, and let me know if you like these kinds of videos down in the comments below. We can have different kind of styles of bowlers for videos coming out, where high axis rotation or low axis rotation, high tilt, low tilt, things like that. So let me know if you like these, and I'll make many more like it. Thanks for watching.